Okay, so this video is gonna be about two different DC characters, so it's not so popular. First, we're gonna talk about is Bronze Tiger. The second one is Blodwyn. Blodwyn. Yeah, so let's begin with Bronze Tiger, aka Ben Turner, one of the best kung fu fighter, best fighter in the whole of DC. And they start with him. He lives in America in the suburbs with his family, and one day his family is attacked of a drug addict, and when he tried to save his family, he tried to kill the drug addict with a knife, because the drug addict tried to attack his family, and he was a very aggressive person. Then he go to a dojo to learn to control his anger. So he learned from when this person tried to use him because he was a very good fighter. So he trained with different martial art master, and I think that the best training he have is O Sensei, and O Sensei trained him with Richard Dragon and Shiva. So Ben Turner, Richard Dragon, and Shiva, they train together. You can say these three characters are the best martial artists in all of DC. And when I mean the best fight, I mean the best martial artist without any weapons, just hand-to-hand fighters is the best. They are the three best. And Richard Dragon is number 1, number 2 is Ben Turner, number 3 is Shiva. And obviously later on Ben Turner get brainwashed of the League of the Assassin, and then he turned to Bronze Tiger. And Bronze Tiger then joined later on the Suicide Squad as a leader. And so obviously Bronze Tiger is just, I think he's more known as Ben Turner. So yeah, this mask he used, and he fight different group with, and then he also joined. And one fight I think is very interesting when Ben Turner fight with is not the fight with Batman. That is when he fight against the Secret Six. He fight against Catman. And what I think, my speculation is that the Catman is Richard Dragon, is the same person. Maybe I'm wrong here, but that is because it was a fight with Bronze Tiger. Maybe Richard Dragon is the same person as Catman, and it was a very vicious fight because Catman is a very aggressive fighter, Bronze Tiger too, and so on. So you can say the best fighter is obviously Richard Dragon, but the best fighter that Batman have versus is Bronze Tiger. Bronze Tiger is a better fighter than him because then I mean Batman without gadgets, hand-to-hand combat. Then probably Bronze Tiger will most of the time win the fight, and so on. And this company is a very, 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 very good fighter, and so on. Yeah, so that is a very short history about Ben Turner's background and this kind of thing. The other character I want to talk about is Blodwyn. And Blodwyn was a slave. Sorry for that. Sorry. Blodwyn's powers come from slaves. So there was a now I don't remember the name of the slave owner, but it was a very evil slave owner. And so they find a mythical stone. In the mythical stone, they put the slave masters in the stone. So all of the slaves all of the slaves' sufferings was put into in a stone, and so blodwyn have the same power as very similar power to a Ghost Rider. For example, so if somebody have done a very bad thing, for example kill or other horrible things, he can force that person to witness the victim's pain tenfold to the person that have killed that person. And so yeah, and blodwyn was also blodwyn. So blodwyn used this kind of power, and because power, and he also was in the fight against Doomsday. But in that fight, blodwyn was not blodwyn. Blodwyn was there was a Martian Manhunter disguised as blodwyn, and so I think Blue Beetle or Boaster Gold know that, because when Doomsday threw blodwyn into the fire, then because Martian Manhunter is afraid of fire, his weakness is some kind of fire. So it's very, very, very little information about, like, for example, like a big detail about blodwyn. And the first time ever I seen blodwyn was in the comic Man of Steel, and then later on Death of Superman. Obviously when Superman fight against Doomsday, I think one of the best comics ever made is that comics, because it's so powerful. First time ever Superman get killed from a natural from a fight with the fist, just with Doomsday and Superman. So then I first time see Martian Manhunter disguised as blodwyn. So blodwyn is like, you can, I think, how can I say, you can compare in some sense blodwyn to in some sense to Ghost Rider, but in other sense as the Phantom. Like it's not a Phantom because you're not, it's not a permanent power. It's like you get, if you have the stones, you can use the stone as the power to, like, to similar that Ghost Rider's power is, but instead you have like slaves' power from the slaves, suffering from the slaves, that you can put into the enemy, and this kind of thing. So he have that is, I think it's very, very cool with blodwyn and his background. And then Dr. Mist, I think Dr. Mist is the person to give the stones with blodwyn to the power with that stone. And I think personally, I think it's a very cool characters. For example, Bronze Tiger, I think is a very cool character because it's a very cool, interesting background. And you have that. For example, he go to China, and he learn martial art, and he meets Richard Dragon. And this is, I think, these characters that is not so much talks about. People not so much talk about. Some people talk about Bronze Tiger, but it's, and obviously gonna come a new movie out with Batman, Ben Turner, Richard Dragon, and Shiva, and they're gonna show the trio there. But I think originally, I think there was only Ben Turner, Richard Dragon, and Shiva that works together. And later on, I don't think Batman, because if you, for example, if you look at the anime movie with Doomsday, the newest one with Doomsday, and originally the Man of Steel in the comic book is not Wonder Woman, it's not Aquaman or Cyborg or Batman. Originally against the Doomsday, in the comic books is Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Green Fire, Maxima, Superman, and disguised as a Manhunter disguised as Bloodwyn. So that is very interesting there. That is totally different characters in the anime movie comparable to the comic book. I think that is a bit sad because we always have to change the character, but the original character would be very nice to see, like example Blue Beetle, or Booster Gold, Maxima, or Green Fire, or Ice. Is a very cool character. Is one of the global guardians. For example, Green Fire is Ice. Ice is a Norwegian. Is a daughter of the Ice Father, and yeah. So very quick. Ice power is snow and ice. She use snow power like avalanche, and then she use ice. And Green Fire use green plasma power. Green plasma power, and yeah. So lots of the characters, for example, use different group. For example, Bronze Tiger with Suicide Squad, and Checkmate, that is the other group that Amanda Wallace control, and Checkmate also have Green Fire, Ice, and other characters. Yeah, so there is, I think there is the character, and about for example, yeah, Ben Turner, sorry, and yeah, Bronze Tiger, and his involvement with the Suicide Squad. And I think the other thing, I think it is sad that we're not gonna see Bronze Tiger in the newest Suicide Squad lineup, and I think instead we get Bloodsport, other character. So yeah, maybe yeah, is everything about these two characters, Bronze Tiger and Bloodwyn. And if you want to know more about them, I think you will find them in one of them you find in Man of Steel. Then you just look it up on internet, you will find more. And I think with Bronze Tiger you find the comics. Oh, what's the name again? It's a special comic. This is from DC, but it's special. I think it's Richard. I think it's on Richard Dragon. Kung Fu DC Kung Fu comics DC. Then you should have come up with this different alternative with these heroes. These fighters. And I really look forward to see how good this movie will be. The anime movie with Ben Turner or Richard Dragon and Shiva and Batman. To see if that is if we're gonna see Bronze Tiger in that movie, or this kind of thing. So yeah, that's everything I really want to say. Yeah, bye.